I know, a lot of people have different stances. I personally think that it's a huge marketing gimmick and it's good for them. They're making money. Ben Askren made more than double the amount Robert Whittaker made after fighting Gastelum and winning in the octagon. And a lot of people dub this boxing match as a circus show. And I guess the only thing that kind of irked me was two things. One, Jake Paul. Obviously, it's no joke, you know, fighting a combat sports athlete. But at the same time, when you talk about the amount of disrespect, what are your thoughts on this entire spectacle of, of Jake Paul, Ben Askren, and, all these entertainers calling out, story fighters?
Well, see, so first of all, props to Jake Paul for actually knocking out Ben Askren the way he did. Um, and I have two stances on this. I have a very neutral stance on this in one aspect, and I have a very emotional stance on it in another aspect. So, as somebody that understands the fight business and the business aspect of it when it comes to earning more money and everything, I understand that, and I understand the fact that Jake Paul wanted wanted a bigger payday. I understand that Jake Paul is somebody that does have to talk shit and move forward in the whole world because without chatting shit, I don't think he'd get anything. And I don't think that Ben Askren would have even known who he was if it wasn't for him chatting shit with Ben Askren. Right? But on the other hand, as somebody that puts in honest work every day, as somebody that puts in that gives his life, his heart, and his soul to the sport of MMA, and that has given his heart and soul to the sport of boxing growing up, I think that Jake Paul is absolute trash for doing what he did, for saying what he said, and resorting to these sort of gimmicks where he insulted Conor McGregor's wife. Like I'm somebody that respects love and relationships a lot, and especially a relationship like Conor McGregor and his wife's. It's you don't do that to you don't do that to anybody, no matter who the person is. I wouldn't go do that to somebody that that I had beef with. I wouldn't attack his wife. I wouldn't. So it shows your character. It shows how much you're willing to say, how much you're willing to do just to get a few more likes on an Instagram post. Right. And props to Conor for not firing back at what Jake Paul said. But yeah, about this fight, I think that it becomes. I think that it's very unfortunate for the MMA community, but I now know that Jake Paul would never, ever, ever fight a person who's got great hands in MMA. And I don't think that Jake Paul would ever have the balls to step into an MMA cage and fight. Ever. Because given MMA rules, you can't check that much shit and fight an MMA fighter because there's many, many ways to win. Over here, Jake Paul, he had this time, he had youth on his side, and he had youthful explosiveness on his side when he fought a guy like Ben Askren, who was well above his prime, who was well past his prime, and was not known for his hands, was not really known for being able to strike in MMA. Every fight that he won, he took people down and he laid on them for 3 rounds, and he won most of the fights in decision. And so it's unfair to take somebody's arsenal away from them and then say, "Yeah, come on, shoot me," or essentially giving somebody a knife in a gunfight.
I think if we play those cards, I'm pretty sure if you put Jake Paul versus Valentina, even given that weight difference, I feel like Valentina could just.
Fuck yes.
uh,
Valentina could beat up most male UFC fighters in the top 5 in the flyweight division, and I think that she could. I think it's funny to think about what she could do to Jake Paul. Honestly.